Hello everyone, this is Dr. Vedika and welcome back to my channel. I am pursuing my MDS from GDC Ahmedabad in the Department of Prosthodontics and Implantology, and I make videos to motivate and guide NEET MDS aspirants. And in today's video, I will be answering a few questions that have been asked to me quite frequently on my channel and on my Instagram also. So I hope through this video, I'll be able to help you with my experience to ease out your preparation. So let's get into the video. Starting with question number 1, have you joined any coaching? If yes, which one? So yes, I had joined a coaching institute which was CD's Nagpur Satellite Center. I was a classroom student. So I think joining a coaching institute is very important because it will give you a path. You just have to maintain pace with it. Also, it will motivate you from time to time, and also there will be test series, so you will know where you stand in the crowd. So I think joining a coaching institute is very important. Of course, there are people who are cracking NEET MDS even without coaching, but I personally believe that if you have an option of joining a coaching institute, please join it. It will really help you. So question number 2 is about ups and downs during my preparation and how I handled them. So I think more than ups, there were more downs during my preparation. And I'll be starting with down number 1. During the beginning of my preparation, I was lacking support from everyone. Except a few people, nobody was in the favor of me choosing this path of preparing once again and giving it. So I was lacking support, and but during that time, I became extremely determined, and I don't know from where the strength came. I was alone, but I was very strong. I joined the library. I started going to the library every single day, and I started dedicating time for the studies, and that's how I started. I did not entertain that thought of what if things doesn't go the way I want, what if I don't make it. No, I had no space for that. I just focused on my work, and I think that really worked out for me. Down number 2 is exam getting postponed. So when 8 months were passed, I studied, and everything was going very well. I knew somewhere that I'm gonna score good. I'm gonna get a rank between at least between 2 to 300, and I'll get a seat somewhere. So because I was scoring good in my test series and all, which was an indication that I'm going well. But during my internship there was one thing that I was lacking in, and that was consistency. I used to study for 2 days and then take break for 2 days, which was not the correct way. I knew that, and I was I was focusing on that I have to be consistent for 10 months. I started my preparation in the month of March. I knew that exam is in the month of December, and I have to study. I have to be consistent for this 10 months. But when I was approaching exam, there were only 2 months left for the exam. Exam got postponed by 6 months, so it got postponed to June, which was a heartbreak for me because I was exhausted during that time, and I was prepared for 2 months. But the thought of being consistent for 8 more months was very horrifying for me. And I knew that now interns are going to work very very hard because of the obvious reason that they are very fresh now. They have that enthusiasm in them, and I am a bit exhausted as compared to them. So my seat was at a risk. I was very scared during that time. So that was the downtime during my preparation, and how I handled that situation was like this. I totally isolated myself from that situation. I took a break of 10 complete days. And how I did that, I'll tell you. I went to my grandparents' home, and I was there was nobody who will remind me that exam has got postponed or anything like that. I didn't even pick up anybody's call. I didn't want anyone's sympathy also. I was like, let me enjoy. I was just chilling during that time. And when I came back after the 10 days complete break, I was very much enthusiastic, and I was prepared for preparing once again now. I to restart my preparation. So I told myself, I described myself that whatever work, that hard work that I have done so far will go waste if I don't carry this forward, if I don't work hard for 8 more months. I didn't even fill the counseling forms also, so I had no other option but to start preparation, because everything will go waste otherwise. So I just explained myself, described myself that there is no other way and I have to work hard. I'll push myself as much as I can. I will study. Down number three was my scores not improving in the mock test. So I was scoring really good until the exam got postponed. After that, my scores were degrading, but there was nothing like I was preparing any less. I knew the situation. I knew that how my juniors, the interns are preparing. So I knew that if now I want to crack the exam, I have to work even harder than them. And I was doing it. I was giving my 100%, but yet I was not scoring good. So that was the down phase of my preparation. I felt helpless because I was giving everything and yet my scores were not getting improved at all. But again, I explained myself that I have to give my 100% because everything is going to go into waste if I am not giving my 100%. And after I'll be done with my exam, on the day of the examination, after the exam is over, I must feel satisfied that I gave my 100%. If I deserve a seat, I will get it, because God is watching and He knows how much efforts I am putting in. And if I deserve a seat, I will get it. So I just gave my 100%. So to summarize, I used to analyze the situation and I used to talk to myself, tell myself, and explain myself to go ahead. That is how I handled my ups and downs during the preparation. Question number 3 is, we're doing dental pulse, past year papers, and our institute notes. Is it enough? And the answer is yes, it is absolutely more than enough. As long as you're doing these three things very, very well, you will get a good rank. But just reading is not enough. You have to read this topic, you have to understand this topic, and you have to revise this topic several times. Because they're not going to ask you the same question that they have asked before. They're not going to repeat these questions. They're going to twist and turn this question, and they're going to ask questions around the topics that they have asked before. So you will only be able to arrive at an answer if you know this topic very well, you have understood this topic very well. So don't go you don't have to go extra miles, don't do different books, stick to one book, but do it very, very well, and you will get a good rank. Don't worry, this is more than sufficient. You will get a good rank as long as you're doing these things very, very well. So question number 4 is about my daily routine. What was it like? So I will answer it in parts. I will tell you first the time, how much time I used to dedicate. So I think we have a habit of studying for 1 month before the university exam. We have been practicing the same, but this journey is not that short. This is a very long journey, and ideally it was for me it was like 10 months journey, but the exam got postponed and it became a very long journey of almost 1.5 years. So I knew that consistency is going to be a problem in the preparation, and that is why I started with less hours of preparation. I started with 4 hours, 6 hours, and then I increased to 8, then 10, then 12, and then even more when the exam was very close. So but the most followed routine, the most followed time for studies by me is 10 to 12 hours every day. Talking about subjects, so I am one subject at a time kind of person. I used to take up a subject, complete it entirely, and then start up with a new subject. I cannot take up two subjects at a time. So I used to just take one subject, complete it thoroughly, understand it, solve MCQs and everything, and then when I'm done with that particular subject, then only I can take a new subject. So it was like that for me. So, and how I used to do a particular subject was like that. I used to first start with the synopsis, and I focused on understanding more. I used to read it thoroughly, and then I used to go to the question answer section. Chapter by chapter, I used to solve the questions and then immediately go to the explanation part and read the explanation of that particular question. Just solving question and answers, not looking at the explanations, not looking at the synopsis is not the correct way. You should not do that. You should not find shortcuts for solving dental pulse. This is not the perfect way. Just look at the synopsis, understand it, then go to the question answer section, then read the explanations of the questions. This is the perfect way of reading dental pulse. When you find any subject difficult, for example, it was micro for me, I used to find it very difficult. I used to find pharmac also very volatile and difficult. So you need to spend extra time for such subjects. You cannot leave any subject though. You have to treat all subjects equally, because almost every subject carries same marks, so you have to focus on every subject. You cannot leave any subject. So for example, in micro, I used to find micro very difficult. So how I approach it, I'll tell you. So there is 7 question distribution for this subject. Micro used to carry 7 questions. So how I used to think is like this: out of the 7 questions, topper is going to solve 4 questions. Topper will be able to arrive at 4 answers, but and 3 answers and 3 questions nobody is going to get. So out of this 4 questions, a mediocre person will solve 3 questions. So what I used to think is, since this is my difficult part, I am not very good at it, at least I will be able to solve this 3 questions, so that I am not lagging very behind. So there will be definitely one question on basic microbiology, chapter number 1. Then there will be a question on bacteriology, and there will be one question on virology. This is for sure. So I just did these 3 topics very, very well. These 3 topics, the synopsis of these topics and the question and answers of these topics, I did extremely well. And that's how but it was very time consuming for me. Even these 3 chapters took a lot of my time, so I stopped there. I knew that this is my limit, and if I'm spending even more time on this particular subjects, I'm not doing justice to the other subjects, and that is why I stopped there. And that's how I approached my difficult subjects. You can find a shortcut for dealing with your difficult subjects. So you have to do each and every subject. You cannot leave any subject. Treat all subjects equally. And I used to make timetables. So I think making timetables is very important. I used to make timetable every single day, so that you know what you have to do the next day, and you don't waste any time thinking about what I should do now. You know already that this is how your day should go. These are the things that I am supposed to complete today. So this daily targets should be based on a weekly target, and this weekly target should be based on a monthly target, so that you achieve your long term goals. And this is the motive of making timetables. So you must make timetables of your own every single day. Follow it as much as you can. You don't have to be very harsh on yourself. Make achievable targets for yourself. Also, it should be feasible. You should be able to complete the portion that you're supposed to, and you should be able to revise it. So make appropriate timetables. If you are interested to know how an ideal timetable of a NEET MDS aspirant should be like, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will make a video for you. Thank you so much guys for watching this video, and I really hope that through my experience I am easing out your preparation, and all the very, very best for your preparation. Until next time, bye bye.